Hi there folks, welcome back to Colorado Curated's Family Meal. My name's Anthony Kearney, and today we will be making a sweet potato and radicchio risotto. Let's get right into it. So to start, we're going to peel and dice an onion. To dice an onion, you're going to hold your knife parallel to your board, cut into the onion, but not all the way through. Make quick slices in, leaving the back end intact. And then we're just going to really quickly chop it. These do not have to be perfect, as you are going to cook this for about 20 minutes. Alright, following the onion, we are going to grab a carrot and do roughly the same thing. Just cut nice little slices out of it, called planking. And from these planks, we're going to cut little batons. Make sure your board is actually stable, unlike mine. And then cut these batons into little dices. From there, we're going to grab the garlic, and we're just going to smash it. Then do a quick chop through. After the garlic, we're going to grab a piece of ginger and a spoon. Just using the curve of the spoon, we're going to peel that ginger because we will not be utilizing the skin of this ginger. So we want to keep it all intact. Following that, we're going to clean up the board and treat it just like we did the carrot. Cut it into planks. Cut those planks into batons. And those batons into dices. If you leave your ginger too big, it will become unpleasant if somebody bites into it. So out of everything on here, the only one that I would consider essential to get as small as possible is the ginger. Right after the ginger is done, we're going to grab the sweet potato and just peel it really quickly. You can leave the skin on if you're looking for more of a nutritional value. However, we peel ours as the skin will become a little bit tough in your risotto. And from there, it's just like cutting and dicing anything else. Form nice little planks. From the planks, we form batons. And from the batons, we will form a dice. Doing one uniform motion at a time makes everything go just a little faster. Keeping your board clean and organized as you go. As I went over in the mise en place video, because I am right-handed, I move everything to the left and then work from there. Keeping yourself organized and clean will make this move so much faster. All right, after the sweet potato is cut, we are going to move right in to the radicchio. Radicchio is a chicory, so it's incredibly bitter. However, with all of the sweet root vegetables and the rice, it plays wonderfully in this particular dish. So all we're going to do is cut it into quarters, remove the core, and do a chiffonade on this, which is a fancy way of saying chop it really thin. And as always, make sure to keep your board clean. And just this last little piece. Clean up the board before we grab our green onions. Green onions add a nice vegetal flavor to this dish without having to make it almost herbaceous with a variety of different herbs. With the ginger and the green onions, this is going to be an incredibly light and refreshing dish for how much butter and cheese is going to go in at the end of this. All right. Clean up your knife, clean up your station, and then we're going to move over and talk about rice. So for risotto, you're going to want a medium grain rice. An arborio or a bomba is going to be perfect for this. Then we're going right over to the stove. So on our right, we're going to have a large pan over medium-high heat. And on our left, we're going to have chicken stock on a medium-low heat. We're also going to have half a cup of sherry wine. And our mise en place ready. After the pan gets hot, what we're going to do is add a large ladle of oil into the pan, and we're just going to start frying this rice. Now, as we fry this rice, you're going to want to make sure to keep it moving so that it doesn't burn. But also, we are looking for a nice dark golden color on this rice. It is important to do this as this is where a lot of your flavor will be coming from in this dish. We're just going to put a little more oil into this as the rice will absorb it as it cooks. After about 5 or 10 minutes, it's going to start to turn a beautiful golden brown color. Should look something similar to that. At this point, your rice should smell almost like freshly popped popcorn. Golden brown, toasty, nutty, and delicious. At this point, we're going to start adding in the sweet potatoes, the onions, the ginger, and the carrots, and leaving out the radicchio and the green onion. These are going to take quite a bit more time to cook than those 2 leafy vegetables, so we're going to add them in at the beginning. Throw a little seasoning in and let these sweat out. After a few minutes of cooking, we're going to grab our sherry wine and deglaze. Deglazing the pan lifts the fond, as well as starts to hydrate your rice. Breaking down your root vegetables, and then we're slowly going to add chicken stock, just 1 ladle at a time, until everything starts to come together. You're going to continue to stir this and add chicken stock for the next 20 or so minutes, adding a ladle every time your pan starts to look dry. After about 20 minutes or so, it's going to start looking more like this. At this point, it should look creamy and smooth with some liquid still in the pan. It's at this point that we're going to want to start adding the radicchio and the green onions in. And we're just going to wilt those guys in together. As these wilt down, they're going to release some flavor into your risotto, keeping everything nice and moist and beautiful. The last thing we're going to add is a pat of butter, about a cup of cheese, Parmesan cheese, and we are just going to slowly mix that in, killing the heat about halfway through so that you don't break your butter. And now, we cut to the reveal. All right, folks. Well, that was this week's family meal. Hope you all enjoyed it. Hope to see you all next week, same time, same place, to enjoy another recipe. Until then, eat well, be healthy. I'll see you next time.